Thank you all for coming. Thank you actually for having me. We've officially opened this season this past weekend. Friday we were at Wright State and Sunday we were at the University of Illinois. We won the game Friday night and lost the game on Sunday. But over the course of the weekend, was pretty happy with what we saw over those 2 days. And then certainly the excitement begins to build here as we get ready for Friday night's opening in Lynn Stadium.
Karen, how nice is that stadium?
Every time I go out to look at it, it gets nicer and nicer. So there's more bells and whistles that they keep putting up. The grass got greener in 2 days. Louisville soccer and Cardinals are emblazoned all over the facility. When we turned in last night when we were coming home to see Dr. Mark and Cindy Lynn, the name on the side of the stadium, the kids were super excited even about that. So it's been fun. It's been amazing to see it. In our first 2 games, both coaches, the first thing that they said to me was, how's that stadium look? How's that stadium coming along? So it certainly has a residual across the world, across the country, not just in the state or in the region, but other colleges for sure have taken notice of it, and that's only going to grow the game.
You guys had an opportunity to go in there and work. What's the reaction?
Yeah, we have. They were buzzing. They were flying. The Jumbotron was on. The dashboards were on around the side. We'll get in there again on Thursday just to make sure that we're prepared for those distractions because it will be different. You know, we've never played in a stadium that has a 33-square-foot Jumbotron and dashboards. You know, that's a pro venue, something like that. So for our kids, it's going to be super exciting. Certainly for us, for our coaching staff, and for the fans. What an amazing night for our little bit.
What was the reaction to the playing surface?
Yeah, they love everything. They loved everything. They love the fact they can see themselves in that big Jumbotron.
Is this an especially tough year for you to be joining the ACC, given all you lost?
Yeah, I would have liked to open an ACC the last year. Had 8 seniors that started for us, so we lost them. Certainly no disrespect to our younger kids, but right now we're starting 9 new players. There's only 2 returning players that have started. 7 of those 9 are first-year kids. So there's a little bit of growing pain. Some of the goals we gave up on the weekend were absolutely a byproduct of youth and inexperience. But the good news is they're correctable. So if we, through video and through working a little bit harder at, I think we can correct some of those kids. This is a good group that I'm very happy to be coaching.
When fans come out Friday, what do you hope that they see from your team?
You know, what I was most happy with on Sunday was our fight, our fortitude, our relentless way that we attacked. I think we outshot them 13-8, which is kind of crazy to turn around and lose 2-0. And on Friday night, we outshot Wright State 18-3. So I think we'll put together some attacking, exciting soccer. Probably what I'm most impressed about them is their defensive mentality. I think we turn teams over defensively. That allows us to create good chances offensively. They just flat out work hard, and I think that they'll see their excitement, the way they play for each other, and just the effort that they give for the full 90 minutes.
And the numbers that you expect to see Friday night?
Friday night, you know, I would love for it to be 6,000. You know, I think the stadium they're saying is 5,300. Hopefully our start time, our kickoff time will be a little bit difficult because it's right around 6 o'clock. I'm sure by the second half of our game leading into our men's game, which is slated to be a big-time game also, that place will be rocking and we should have it capacity.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Like Karen said, I want to thank Rocco and football for allowing us to jump in before their press conference to hype the game on Friday, and we're excited about it. Preseason's been great for us. We finished on Saturday up in Michigan in a result that didn't go our way, and yet left Michigan feeling even better about our group. We played probably the best soccer we played in preseason. All 3 games have been a lot of growth, and we feel really good going into the season at this point, and excited about the opportunity to finally open up Lynn Stadium.
do you hope it's like when your team takes the field that night?
Well, what I expect is that the women have had a dominant performance against Ole Miss, and we're coming in riding a wave of excitement and momentum going into our game. Like Karen said, I think that it's likely that the crowd will be arriving as her game goes on, and certainly by the beginning of ours that the stadium will be packed. I'm sure it will be sold out. We traditionally have a large walk-up in all of our games, whether it have been NCAA or regular season, and I think our fans are a little bit conditioned for that. I think one of the things that, as long as the fire marshals are there, what they're going to find out is that it has a capacity, and that hopefully that will translate into future games of getting tickets probably a little bit earlier. But I expect it to be packed and a lot of energy and rocking for our game.
What do you like that you've seen from your team in the exhibition?
I think one is that we're a pretty experienced group, that we're not relying on a lot of freshmen to pull a lot of time, at least early. I like the fact that we can move the ball. We're going to be a very exciting team and fun to watch because I think we can keep the ball and in that create some exciting soccer and a lot of opportunities. And I like this group because I know that they feel like they can be successful this year, and they feel like they have a lot of potential. And right now, it's all about just working to reach that potential.
You guys have a pretty tough season opener. What do you know about Maryland?
Yeah, Maryland's a great opponent and a wonderful way to start the season because it's a great RPI game. It's a wonderful RPI game. Obviously, they were in the final game last year. They returned a lot of players, and they'll be experienced as well. They're a tough team to play. They're fairly direct, fairly physical, and again, we'll be an experienced team this year. And yet, we feel like we match up pretty well, and it should be a very good game, a very good opening game. For us, what we expect and hope is that the energy of the crowd will push us on and be a big difference in the game.
Anything else, Coach? Yeah, let's just talk about the excitement level for the new stadium, for soccer being back, for everything involved here.
Yeah, there's a tremendous excitement level. In fact, what we've talked about in preseason is tempering that excitement. As you go into the first game of not having the emotions rising so high that it wears on your energy. And there's a lot going into this week. The ribbon cutting. As well as just the chance to get on the field again. We've only been out. This will only be the second time, and all of that is really exciting for our guys, and just the anticipation, the build-up of it. But it's phenomenal to finally have the opportunity to play in Lynn Stadium and recognizing it as not only a fabulous facility, but it is the best in college soccer. And I've said this before, I think what makes that so significant is this will be huge, this opening night. It's not just about the University of Louisville, it's not just about the men's and women's soccer program, but it's about college soccer and soccer in general. I think opening up this stadium now pushes the limits, of what college soccer can look like. And I think what's going to happen is, as time goes on, as in most cases, there's an arms race, and it will push college programs to better their facilities, to try to duplicate what's going on here and compete with what's going on here. And I think in the end, the big winner is going to be college soccer and soccer in general because of that initiative and the momentum that's going to happen because of it.
What's gonna be like for you and your team to walk out onto that field, right? I didn't put it back out.
I'm not sure I can describe it for you right now because it will be so new. We tried to duplicate it as much as we could the other night. We had one night this past week where we trained at night, knowing that this week with classes and schedule, we probably wouldn't get everybody because the night class is on it. So we did it last week when we didn't have classes. So we had the lights on, the dashboards going, the scoreboard on, and just getting used to it all. We played crowd noise, for them to understand that likely with 6,000 people there, it might be difficult to hear each other, much less the coaches on the field. So we tried to duplicate all that, and even still, having done all that, I think it's going to be very difficult for us to really explain, the feeling of them walking out of that tunnel onto that field and the awesome sight it will be. And it'll be a wonderful experience. I know that for sure.
Coach, the actual characteristics of the field, the pitch, the length of the grass make a difference? And if so, have you had an input in that as a Major League Baseball manager? And do you tailor your game to that?
That's a great question because as they asked us what we wanted the dimensions, and this is a unique thing about soccer is that there is not a definite dimension for every field. You have guidelines that it could be within certain guidelines, length and width-wise. So for us at Card Park, the length of the field was probably about 116, and the width was, somewhere in that 70, 71 width-wise. And one of the first things that happened when Notre Dame heard we were going to get a new field is they said, you're going to make that a little wider because we always felt like when you pressed us there, it was a little bit tight. That the field was a bit small, and they always felt a little suffocated whenever Notre Dame played here. So the length of the field is two yards longer, and the width of it is 75. It makes it a little bit tougher to press, but at the same time, it's going to make it hard for teams to get the ball off us. And what we know is that if we're a team that can keep possession and we have more space to play, then we'll have more opportunities to dominate the game. So I think the dimensions of the field actually play into our strengths, and certainly for teams that want to keep the ball and we have more space to do it, it's a great advantage.
Any more? All right.
Thank you.